People always say that you have to have money to make money, and that there's an extraordinary level of sacrifice on the road to success. So how is it that investors like us, who didn't start out with much money and who don't rely on banks and credit, how is it that we can increase our income and build our wealth in a way that doesn't require us replacing one full-time job with another while still enjoying the things in life that matter most to us? That has always been the big question, and this podcast reveals the answers. I am Carrie Lake, and this is the Investor Warrior.
I did it again. I'm getting better at this. Hey, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
We have with us today a guest by the name of Matt or Mathew Silva, or as he likes to tell us, Tall Matt. So, at 6'5", Tall Matt was not a basketball player, but I will tell you, who Matt is. Matt is the consummate entrepreneur. He owns and runs both an IT company and a German chemical compound distribution business.
Wow.
That was a mouthful. We'll get
into that. I have so many questions. I have to break that sentence down.
He also provides private education locally, is the president and vice president of several HOAs, homeowners associations, as we all know. Matt once used, this is great. Matt once used his own house to set up a cryptocurrency mining operation, filling the whole house with network gear and computer services. Yeah. So everybody, welcome Tall Matt. Matt Silva to the show. Thanks for being here.
Love it. Happy to be here.
You have lots of questions. Go. Go.
Let's go back to the German. What was it?
It's a purging compound for the plastics industry. So injection molding, blow molding. Pretty much any plastics company utilizes a purging compound to clean out the machinery as they change colors. Say a vinyl picket fence. They have white ones. They have beige ones. When they want to switch over, they use the chemical to essentially clean out the system.
Mm. Wow. So that's your background. So that's what you went to school for.
That's been, no, I didn't go to school for that. It's been in the family. It's been in the family since roughly 1972. I was my grandfather, ended up becoming my father's business. And when he passed away, I took over, and I've been doing it since 2011 now. So wow. Love it, growing it. I'm the North American distributor of, the only distributor of this chemical in this side of the world. And it's a great business. I love it.
So your grandfather started the company.
Yeah, my grandfather was actually a salesman for General Electric. He did light bulbs in the state of Florida in the 60s and 70s. And he met a gentleman who, came from the plastics industry, and somehow they found this chemical and they started selling it. And that's how it began. Yeah.
Wow. And so is it just you now, or is your whole
just
family?
Just me. I do everything. Yeah. Switch around a lot of hats. Yeah.
We'll give it to Matt.
Yeah, I'm either at a client, I'm either at my warehouse, I'm at my computer, I'm all over the place.
So this is the bald look, right? Because you're wearing so many hats, it's just like
exactly.
It's easier.
Yeah,
you never have hat hair.
So it's interesting. So we've got chemical compound engineering company. We have got real estate, which we're going to get into a second.
Yeah.
And we've got the IT part of it, right? You also have an IT company, which is interesting because this is very minus the German compound chemical company. It's very similar to my background, right? Because I have an information technology background, and the name of Matt's company is Pure Genius, which as you get, which is beautiful, and great logo, by the way. I love those colors.
Thank you.
So. So information technology is this the information technology for me has always been the kind of bill payer, if you will. It's the thing. It's the thing that allows us to do the other things.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also the business that allows me to meet so many people and so many businesses and assist in so many different ways. I started as a kid. This is like getting a PC in your house in 1993 and learning, as a little kid, to eventually I worked for Apple. As a genius in the retail, I worked for Apple Education as well, and I've trained.
So wait, you were one of those guys that you walk up to the Genius Bar and make an appointment with?
Reluctantly, honestly, but I came from sort of the Apple Education side first, And the company that I worked with sort of fell out, and I said, what can I do? And I jumped into the Genius Bar.
Yeah.
And
I was always there when I first got my iPhone, because I was always breaking my iPhone when it first came out. I feel like I got to know those guys real well.
I'm going to be down.
We got to know a lot of people very well.
I'm sure you did, like repeat customers. That was me.
Well, it's funny because we're a Mac shop here, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's all, we're in
the bread and butter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be down there on the 21st. I think you're going to be at the event at Natalie's that Charlie and I are holding. And so I'm going to bring the Macs down there and get there early so you can help me with a few problems.
Do some IT work for us.
Yeah.
So what other kind of work are you doing in IT? What kind of support are you doing?
So, mainly I'm an Apple consultant. That's what I, initially got into this business to do. But, when you go to a law firm, most of them are going to be PCs and you get referrals, and it gets to the point where people want to work with the person. So, they can trust you with my client data, things like that, So, I work with a lot of small businesses, law firms, construction management companies. And then on the other end of IT, I have a business partner who lives in Portugal, and we do contract work with the school board of Palm Beach County, and I'm his operations manager for that. So we just got over a contract where we hit up 8,000 classrooms. We did 150 schools in the district, installing technology, and cool. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow. And how much of your time is this taking up? Because I know that this can be very time consuming type.
Yeah. I work 24/7. So, like,
I mean, you're running a couple different companies.
Yeah. I have the keys to all my clients' offices. So, if I don't make it there during the day, I might stop into an office at 11:30 at night to get something done because everybody's not working and I'm not interrupting everybody. But yeah, it's my clock goes 24/7, depending on the need.
So I guess a big question is, with German chemical compounds, IT, consulting, how did you get into real estate?
Real estate I've always been interested in. Actually, when I was in high school, I went to a tech high school, and specifically for network, IT related things. But I had one teacher that, was so fascinated with my understanding of real estate that for my senior year, she was trying to persuade my networking teacher to allow me to do my presentation on real estate.
Wow.
My mother, I had just, helped my mother purchase her first condo in Brickell, and she had ended up flipping the contract before it was finished. And I was 16 at the time when we had, done this. And from there, she purchased up in your neck of the woods near UCF. She purchased a condo over there. And, I really just got into it. And when I finally had enough money during the, 08 to 010 period, I ended up picking up my first house for $100. It was owned by HUD, and it was a $100 program. Got in for $100, $75,000, and the place is worth 300,000+. And then we got into multifamily, short sales, and now I'm trying to close my first seller financing deal today. So I'm actually going to meet with the gentleman after we do this. So I'm pretty excited.
And how did you? Take us through the learning there. You started when you're 16, you're doing presentations. Yeah. What was the learning for you? Because I think that, for a lot of us out there, this all sounds great, but, we're victims of the tyranny of the how, right? And so, what was that learning for you? How did you learn, and, how did you gain the knowledge and move that forward?
Or was it just young age and you were naive and just...
I think, a lot of it depends on the person. You really have to be a go-getter in real estate. It usually doesn't just fall in your lap. You usually have to make a deal happen. That's the way I see it, whether it's, writing a letter to somebody or cold calling somebody. But for me, at that young age, I didn't really have anybody in the household to set the example. And it was really just, I was fascinated with it. Everybody else seemed to, around 03 through 06, seemed to be buying homes and flipping homes. And I'm like, I want to get into this. How do you get into it? So, maybe not that far back, but, resources like Bigger Pockets and just real estate investment subreddit. I just love reading and learning that way. So, first thing it's being able to get in for $100 into a house, and then it's
that's motivating.
yeah, exactly. Actually, when that first deal I had received a $45,000 grant from the city of Pembroke Pines here, and then $45,000 to do rehab. And this is in 2010, and no lie, I put in 50+ offers, and they were all turned down. And I think I had 90 days to use those funds. I ended up losing it, which was a huge buzzkill. And then 2 days later, Obama had done the executive order where the banks had to take the government funding before they took cash offers and all that. So like I said, that was a huge downfall during that period. But within 2 months, I found my first property on Craigslist. So it was, if you get shot down, you really just got to keep going at it.
Yeah, that's interesting. 50 offers, because I think most people get to like 5 and they stop. Like, oh, this is too hard. Definitely. I'm already, I got 5 offers out there and nothing accepted, or 10 offers out there. 50 is a lot, and to all get rejected, that's a lot of rejection. And then to keep going.
Which is a similar, it was different because at that point property was so cheap, and I had free money in my pocket. But it was very similar to right now, where new homeowners are trying to get into that house, and between prices and bidding wars and this and that, it's getting more difficult.
Yeah, that must have been very frustrating to have free money and not a place to put it.
And then to lose it. But hey, it worked out, $100. I put $100 down and I got into my first house. So
it's all part of the journey. So there's legend has it that you took a townhouse of yours and you filled it to the rim, every room, every space, with racks, servers, network gear, switches, routers.
Like, did it glow at night?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did you see it from space? Like
blue and red, it glowed blue and red.
That's Silva's operation going on.
Yeah, we did. When I bought another home around 2017, and it was just across the street from the existing house, that first $100 house. And, it needed some work. And I thought, I can either work on 2 properties at once, or at the time crypto was just like really blowing up. And my buddies and I feel like we bought maybe 75 to 100 graphics cards, and we just set up racks in this place, and we used the property's electricity to make us crypto. So we did that for about 2 years, and it was like a hot cave. We had fans running everywhere. The moment you open the door, it was just like,
what was your energy bill like each month?
At the height, I want to say only 900 and something a month,
It's
but
kind of
from a place where it's 90 a month, so it was
right. So it was like times 10, but it should be.
It was definitely pushing, 90 degrees in the house with the AC on all day.
Yeah.
And you're going to start popping just drives and all that kind of stuff. So
that's interesting. Sometimes they'll start like investigating people when they see that kind of energy bill. Like, what are you doing? Because it could be like a lab.
At the time, crypto mining was very new. So I'm thinking, is this illegal? Which of course it isn't, but it's questionable. Your neighbors are wondering, why you're popping up at 2 a.m. because the computers went down, but I got to keep making money. So I got to plug them all back in and restart them. But
so this is a great investor education opportunity. Walk us through what that investment looks like, how it works, what the return is for that. Like why would you do that? Why would somebody do that? And I know that the timing has changed.
Yeah.
But this business is still out there. It's morphed. It's matured, right? And that kind of a thing.
Sure.
Walk us through, just as an investor, like, why would I want to do something like that? And what does it accomplish? And what does it look like?
So for me at the time, like I said, crypto was really just, it was before the Christmas, everybody was talking about it, so I got into it just before I feel like it really blew up, and then that's when it ended up tanking. So for me, it was just daily looking at, we were mining a cryptocurrency called Zcash, which is like a totally anonymous style, cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. So you weren't doing like Bitcoin thing.
No, so essentially we were mining Zcash and then converting it into Ethereum, which is the number 2 crypto pretty much. But it worked out for us, for the transferring one crypto to another. It just worked out for us to mine Zcash. So we had the whole house doing that, and just looking at it daily when it was blowing up, you could see like, man, I could be making 1,000 a day instead of 1,000 a month. So it was a no-brainer for me. At the time, my girlfriend, she's my wife now, she supported me. I got to say, having a partner that supports you doing this all the time is it makes it that much better,
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, tell Carrie what crypto mining is. Give her the crypto 101. What is it? What is this?
I have a general idea.
At its basis, it's really just checks and balances. It's really just you using your, computational power, the computers you have, to do checks and balances on so many transactions that are occurring on the blockchain. And, you get a slight reward, a fraction of crypto, when you do these successful bookkeeping transactions. It's really what it comes down to.
And your IT background helped you build all this.
Oh yeah. I mean, these computers were ridiculous.
I would never know where to start. I'm sure there's no how-to channel for this kind of a thing.
Actually, there probably is, right?
Well, I don't know that I could.
But like some of these computers had like 8 graphics cards on them. So then, procuring the cables that you need to make this happen, and going on Alibaba and things like that, and ordering it from China because you can't get it here. And then at the same time, everybody else in the world seems to be wanting to do the same thing. So it's, it's a lesson of supply and demand,
It's like a race against everyone else.
What was the investment? I mean, I'm present to the fact that this gear is not cheap, even if you're sourcing it from Alibaba. What do you think you guys invested in hardware and that whole tech stack that you had?
There's a few of us doing it. I would say myself personally, I may have invested 12 to 15,000 just in, the computer, components at the time, which, seems like a lot. But I think at its peak, what I had mined on just that equipment was probably, closer to $200,000, at that time period. So the investment was well worth it.
I guess the cost of the house, but now you're turning it into an investment cash flow machine.
Yeah. That definitely, and because at the time there was no real way of converting it to real cash, I'm definitely biting my tongue as I'm paying the mortgage. This is all going to work out. This is all going to work out. Luckily it did. Luckily it did. Made enough to pay off the place if I wanted to, but I haven't.
Right.
But
and do you still have that? Do you still have that townhouse?
Yeah, absolutely. It's my first home. I'll keep it as long as I can, but that's the top money making home in the neighborhood, for rental. And it's also my big line of credit, for the other moves that I want to make. So
is that your $100 HUD home?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
okay, cool. Wow.
I'm sure other people out there are thinking like, oh, he's crazy. He should have sold it. He should have cashed out. But it cash flows. When I do deals now, and I look at deals, and I'm like, I could buy a quadplex, and it's not cash flowing as much as this townhouse does.
Sure.
And that's with HOA. That's with only being a single unit. So it really worked out.
And is that are you doing long-term rental there now, or more traditional?
Yeah, long-term. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So you're working on a seller financing deal now. So now you're starting to creative financing.
You want to run it by us, and we'll
sure. So my wife and I, we have a duplex in locally here, and crazy enough, my wife gets a call at work one day from a duplex across the street's tenant, and we're thinking, how did he even get the number? And he's pretty much saying that, the landlord, I've been here for 14 years, he's going to sell the house. And, I looked it up in the property appraiser, and I saw that they own the duplex right next to us and the one directly in front of us. So, I wrote them a certified letter, signature required, told them, we've owned the home next to you for 7 years, and we know, the owner who had it before, and they just happened to buy it at the same time 43 years ago. So, we've been going back for a month now, and I'm going to meet them for the first time today, but we've pretty much come to terms. It's, I want to say it's more than I'd want to pay, but it comes down to putting a lot less out of pocket, which, I'm excited to do that.
Right.
You guys know, as investors, you're looking at 20 to 25% down. So to put just over 15% down, gives you money to do a renovation. So it's,
Does it need to be renovated?
What was that?
Does it need to be renovated?
Yeah, slightly, but it's been rented and it could be rented again. But my wife Diane and I, we really like to push it and make our rentals the nicest in the neighborhood. We really do.
Yeah, we do the same. We totally renovated one side of a duplex that we own over by the coast. And originally we were gonna do short-term rentals, so we did it like beautiful 42-inch cabinets. I went on Pinterest. Every time I go on Pinterest, dollar signs usually go up on our budget, but I was getting all crazy with the shelving, all these cool lights coming down. We ended up not doing short-term rental and we did long-term rental, but it's like, I almost want to just do the same to the other place because it's just so nice having such quality tenants and a quality house. We don't have any usual problems that come with tenants and toilets and all that stuff that landlords deal with. And we've always had nice rentals, just never really. We always invested money into our rentals.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in if you build it, they will come. The analytics are there now. All of my rentals go up on Zillow, and it's clear to see that, I have 3,000 views on my property when the equivalent has 250 views, and, the photography, how you put it together and renovate it, it makes a huge difference. It's 300 contacts versus 5 contacts, on a unit in the same neighborhood. So,
yes.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. We're same. So.
Beanie.
Not Beanie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Tall Matt. Who's Beanie?
That is so funny.
We had Beanie on last week.
We had Beanie on Friday.
I did. I just listened to that episode.
Tall Matt.
Oh, did you? This is Tall Matt.
You don't even look like Beanie.
Matt, owner of German chemical compound company, IT guru, and real estate soon to be mogul, doing all the wonderful things. What is it? Tell us something about you that most people don't know. Give us a fun fact.
Ooh, I love fun facts.
Fun fact. I feel like everything we've been talking about is a fun fact.
I know that.
Everybody hears this stuff and they say, "All right,
your life is like a fun fact." Yeah, for sure.
How about like a fun fact before you became like German compound IT real estate mogul?
Oh, come on.
It's 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm drawing a blank here. On a recent thing, fun fact tying into the real estate. I've recently done the approved plans, to build our first duplex as well. So that's been a cool, I guess, fun fact. Learning that process, the architecture, the civil engineering, and that avenue.
The process. Mm-hmm.
And
I'm sorry, what was that?
You've gotten the permits approved?
Yeah, we did with the county. That was a big thing with flooding here in Florida. It's we had all the plans. We worked with the city, and then the county says, oh, well, you need exfiltration, you need a drainage basin, and this and that, and 30,000 extra work. But it's got its peaks and valleys. I've learned a lot over the last 2 years. Would I go to a construction management company next time? Maybe. They might have gotten it done already.
Wow.
I've been doing it all myself. I found an architect. I found the engineers. I've got everybody to work together. But it's a learning experience. So I'm confident we're going to get this done. This is actually the duplex that we have. We're converting it into a quadplex. So we're adding 2,000 square feet to a 1,700 square foot duplex. And we're big believers in pushing zoned lots to their biggest potential. It's a duplex, but it's zoned for 4. Why aren't the cities working to get these neighborhoods, incentive to be pushed to their maximum, capacity? So that's sort of what we're working on now. And that's the idea with picking up the duplex right next door to us is build another 2. So now we'll have a 8-plex right next to each other. So
yeah. And you say did your wife work in the business with you?
Diane, she's in cybersecurity. So she works in the cybersecurity field. Which is, IT as well, but that's another job, 24/7 on call.
Yeah, I bet. I can imagine. Yeah,
you either have Russia or China trying to infiltrate the network, so and then you get a call at any time of the night, and you have to be up.
Do you guys have children?
Not yet. No, we were married July 30th. We've been together 11 years, so we've been doing all this. School, purchasing properties, trying to grow ourselves, but it was due. It was definitely due. So we got married.
Because the reason I ask is I'm wondering when you guys sleep. Like,
right.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say I fall asleep pretty early, but I'm also an early riser. I think that's the key. You got to be up before the sun, to get these things done.
Wow.
Well, Matt, I'm telling you, 50 offer, man. The tenacity, just showing off what tenacity.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just pure tenacity can do. I have to hand it to you, brother. Your story is mondo impressive. I can't wait to see you. I think the week after this, down in Natalie's place is outside of Boca there, and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do some wonderful things, and we're gonna raise some money for some charity. And
nice.
Can't wait to see you down there. $100 HUD house turns crypto mining cave.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thanks,
buddy.
Matt.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thanks a lot, guys. It was a pleasure.
All right.
Oh, and where can people reach you if they
we got to go down.
If they want to build their own like a cyber, crypto mining place, if they
I've done it for others.
If they have a need for German compound, if they have a need for IT, or they want to touch base on real estate, where do they come?
So for contacting me via email, the best is msilva, MSILVA @puregenius.it. And that's the easiest way to get me for anything.
That's a great domain.
At puregenius.it.
puregenius.it. Cool. Well, Matt, thanks so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks you.
Allie. Thanks, Carrie.
Fun.
And everybody,
all
just
right.
Remember,
you're only one deal away, guys. Take care, and we'll see you on the next episode.